Hello, this is Bryan Emmert with WestCobb Alliance, Reece, Nichols. Welcome to Southwest Missouri Joplin Real Estate Channel. Today we're going to talk about rent versus buy in 2026. What renters need to know before it's too late. If you're renting right now and feel stuck, like buying a home is out of reach, this video is for you. Because most renters aren't wrong, they're just missing the full picture. I talk to renters every week who think they need perfect credit, 20% down, or the perfect market to buy a home. And honestly, most of that just isn't true anymore. So let's talk about rent versus buying in 2026. The real numbers, not the hype. Rent feels safer because it's familiar, but here's what people don't think about. Rent goes up almost every year, and when it does, you don't get a choice. In 5 years of renting, you could easily pay tens of thousands of dollars, and at the end of it, you owe nothing. No equity, no leverage, no payment, stability. Rent is the most you'll ever pay. A mortgage is usually the least you'll ever pay. Now let's be honest. Buying 2026 isn't perfect. Interest rates are higher than they were a few years ago. Homes need maintenance. And yes, buying feels like a bigger commitment. But here's what most renters don't realize. When you buy a home, you're not just paying a bill, you're building something. Your payment stays more stable, you gain equity over time, and even if the market shifts, time tends to favor owners. And here's the part that surprises most renters. You often don't need 20% down, you don't need perfect credit, and you don't need to buy your forever home first. Renting isn't bad, it makes sense if you're moving soon, changing careers, or just not ready financially. But renting without a plan, that's where people get stuck for years longer than they intended. Buying starts to make sense if you plan to stay for a few years, have stable income, and want control over your housing cost. The goal isn't to time the market, it's just to build a strategy. Right here in our local market, I'm seeing renters shocked at how closely monthly rent and ownership costs actually are, especially once they run the real numbers. You don't have to decide today, you don't have to rush, and you definitely don't have to figure this out alone. If you want a simple rent versus buy breakdown based on your situation, I'm happy to help. No pressure, just clarity. Because the best move isn't buying or renting, it's having a plan. Renting isn't wrong, renting without a plan is. Want the numbers? Let's talk. If you got a question, just leave a message in the YouTube channel, or you can give me a call or text me at 417-437-8323. Thanks.